good day, buenos días, maybe buenas tardes, or perhaps buenas noches, depending on what time you are listening to this audio. One more time, this is Carmen, accompanying you to the exciting journey of learning Spanish language. This is the Spanish Accelerator Intensive course, and in this audio we will continue working module number 1, but in this case let's recap a little bit. In this module we started having a look at some basic greetings and farewells, as well as the variations of Spanish, meaning to say there is not just one Spanish and yes or yes, that's the one that must be spoken by any of the speakers, regardless of the 19 countries where the Spanish is the official language. That's not the case. There is much more richness with that variety. And as well, other languages in cohabitation, not just within Spain, but as well within other Central and South American countries. So that said, I considered relevant to differentiate between those greetings and farewells, the formal and informal ones. What do I mean by that? Let me assure and not assume that we both understand different in this case or the same. Let's make sure. Formal greetings and farewells, those are the ones that we are going to see in this audio, are those ones that should be applied in formal contexts, formal situations. So that is what you're going to learn here. For example, imagine that, let's see the context of you meeting someone, a Spanish speaker, or maybe no, but you need to use the Spanish language as the communication tool. So, and that's the first time that you meet, or maybe that's a person you need to address to in a formal way, which in Spanish, let me anticipate a little bit, we have not just like Mr. and Mrs., yeah, señor for Mr., señora for Mrs., but as well we have usted, ustedes. The first one, ustedes for singular, just one person, and ustedes for more than one. And in this last case, it is referred as male as female. There is no differentiation as in the previous case of Mr. and Mrs., you know. So these are some of the examples of context where greetings and farewells in Spanish, so let's say saludos y despedidas, should be used. I say should and not must, because in the end it is the speaker taking the decision of using them or not, with its consequences. Yep. Okay, very good, bravo. So let's have a look, for instance, to some of those formal saludos that, even though have been mentioned earlier, I think just one was not mentioned, but let's go through them again. So in a formal context for saludos, you can say buenos días to say good morning, buenas tardes to say good afternoon, or buenas noches to say good evening or good night. Common standard hola is as formal as informal. It's okay for both cases. And then, ¿cómo está usted? How are you? But that you is the formal one. ¿Cómo está usted? From now onwards, start paying attention to the verbs. In this case, you could say like, okay, I don't know which ones are the verbs in Spanish yet. No worries, because it will be me mentioning which ones are the verbs and if it is formal or informal. So in this case, está is the verb in English to be. But what happens in Spanish, for to be English, we have two verbs, which are ser and estar. The cases where each of them are used are different. We will see them at a later stage. For the time being, just grab this. ¿Cómo está usted? So that person could reply, yo estoy bien, or estoy bien, I'm fine, I'm okay. ¿Y usted? And you? So again, that usted is the formal alternative to tú, which means you. Yep. So, seeing those ones for greetings, let's move on to despedidas. And again, some of those, of the ones I'm going to mention, were already seen in the previous, audio related to basic saludos y despedidas. But anyhow, it's always good to be back and recap and review. Yep. So here we go. For example, basic, formal, I insist. Despedidas, we have adiós, which is goodbye. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. See you later. Hasta pronto. See you soon. Hasta mañana. See you tomorrow. Or as well, you can say, que tenga un buen día. Tenga is the verb. Tenga. That's the formal one. Yeah? So have a good day when you want to wish someone a good day, but in a formal way. I mean, you want to address that person in a formal way for whatever reason. Or as well, we have que le vaya bien. Que le vaya bien. Which is like, again, is another polite farewell, and somehow in English could correspond to may it go well for you, more or less. May it go well for you. Yeah. And another one that we saw just a few seconds ago as well, like buenas noches, good evening, good night. So, for example, you are meeting or you're in an interview, job interview in Spanish, and then is the moment to leave it. So, how to say that? How to farewell in that context, for instance? Apart from gracias, thank you, good manners at all times, please. Hasta pronto, for example, or adiós, or que tenga un buen día, Again, unless the other person you are addressing to in a formal way replies you with a please don't address to me in a formal way, informal. Usually we say tutéame, no me llames de usted, tutéame. Yeah? That person is telling you, no, not formal way, informal way, please. So from that moment onwards, then, yes, address to that person or people in an informal but always respectful way. So basically, this is what some of the expressions used in Spanish to, in a formal way, saludar or despedir. These are verbs, not nouns, like I said earlier. Saludos y despedidas. The verbs are saludar and despedir. Another thing, another situation you could be facing to, which is that locally you could find all the ways of greeting or farewell, regardless of the country. It can happen, but focusing on the basic ones, these are the ones. I mean, not just localisms, but do not forget as well the slang language. It can happen. So remember, whatever context you are and you don't understand something, or you communicate wrongly, what's the worst that can happen? You will be asked to clarify. And look, the Spanish speakers is true. We can have many, let's say negative things, but there is one that compensates all those negative ones, which is like we are extremely helpful. So we are pro communication. So I'm sure that in that scenario you will be helped. Yeah, if not, ask for it. Yeah. So one more time, let me thank you very much. Muchas gracias for your time. It had been a real pleasure to share this moment with you. I hope that it was mutual as well. And why not? From this moment onwards, start paying attention to maybe movies or series that you are already watching or you want to start watching. Pay attention to how they grade or how the actors the actors or actresses fare well as well. Yeah, use subtitles. For the time being, fall in love with the subtitles, and there will be a time that once you feel more comfortable with the language, in this case with the Spanish, you will not be in the need of using the subtitles. Yep. So as said, thank you very much, and until next audio, I wish you a great day ahead, and please take care of yourself. Adios.